Good evening people and welcome to my very first FM16 YouTube series with Watford. That is right, Watford. Welcome to the worst Let's Play series of Football Manager. Now I'm going to get kickstarted right into it. You probably have seen me before on a few other channels, mainly the number 16 for Football Manager. I've just changed the channel name, that's all. I've kept the same thing. It's now called Makeshift Gaming. I think it better ring to it than normal. So what we're going to do here with Watford now, I've made a lot of changes for the team to start with. As you can probably see, there's a lot of players in that team who you probably don't even recognise, and I have sold quite a lot of the first name players, and I hope you're not going to be too disappointed with that. But I've had to make some changes because I need to make room for the new generation at Watford, and that's going to be under the Pozzo family as chairman. Now, the reason I went Watford to start with is because I've actually got quite an interesting background into who actually owns the club. They're deemed as one of the best chairman families around in football. They also own Granada in the BBVA, and they also own Udinese in Serie A. Now, Granada were on the brink of destruction when these guys came in, and they suddenly became, well, they get back-to-back promotions, and they're now a pretty steady side in the BBVA in Spain. And Udinese, under the Pozzo family, have managed to get, not, I wouldn't say consecutive, but they've managed to get into the European qualifications places. And I think that's a pretty good achievement for the club in general. So a lot of people do really enjoy what the Pozzo family are doing. A lot of people are against it. Me personally, I think it's a breath of fresh air, and it's quite interesting, a bit different to anything else on YouTube. And hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it. So we'll jump into, have a wee look to see what we've actually done to the team to start with. Let's have a look at the transfers to start with. The players out. There's a lot of players out this season. I've still to go through and get the players I want out on loan to go out on loan. But we'll talk you through each one as quickly as we possibly can so we can get into the first game of the season against Tottenham. Now, we didn't let go, we sold Lloyd Doyley, who just wasn't going to cut the mustard for us this season. Not the best of players, and it saved us a bit of wages. Connor Smith, one of the youngsters, well, let's say one of the youngsters, he's 22 years old, he isn't the best of players. He left for a small fee, but again, we do save a wee bit of wages here and there. Lloyd Dyer, again, one of our young goalkeepers, he thought he was going to be a goalkeeper. One of our young strikers here, young striker, he's 31 years old, Christ. And again, mainly these players up to about £1 million were just sold to try and reduce the wages in the club, because that's the main thing we're going to do. Sean Murray for one as well. Epsiode went away to Huddersfield, I believe, and Middlesbrough went for Fabrini. Now, looking at the bottom of this with the players that I've let go that are actually pretty decent, I let go of a player who I can't pronounce. I think that's going to benefit me in the long run. Probably a fan favourite at the moment, and I apologise that I've sold some fan favourite players, but I'm going to have to go with a different approach this year for Watford. I want to try and get to a mid-table spot first season. That is going to be the main goal. Now, we sold him for, I believe, 6 million, likely to rise to around 8. We also let go of Felive to Chelsea, young player. He wanted to leave to Man City. I couldn't keep on to him. He was trying to cause a lot of problems in the background because I wasn't going to sell him. So I had to kind of sell him, and I got 5 million for him from Chelsea, which is pretty good spending money. Alman Abdi, he went to Southampton for 4.4 million. Akichi Anya, I was absolutely gutted I had to sell Anya because he is a fantastic player for Watford and for Scotland, and being Scottish myself, as you can probably tell by the strange YouTube accent, I'm so gutted I had to sell Akichi Anya, but you know what? We got rid of some wages there. We got a decent fee for him as well. And you know what? Although his stats are not too bad, they're not fantastic, and they gave him a 3-star rating. I'm not too sure why. Joan Fran to Southampton as well for 3.3. Gabriele Angela to Palermo, who wasn't the best of defenders, to be honest. And we got, is it Miguel Lyon, I believe it is, for 2.5. And obviously Craig Cathcart as well to Norwich for 4. So we did sell quite a lot of players across the board, and we brought in just over 40 million in transfers coming into the club, which is fantastic. Now, the players we brought into the club being Lucas Romero from, I believe, Valais. Now, if you played Football Manager before 2014 and 2015, you'll be aware that Lucas Romero is one of the best players, best defensive midfielders in the game, and he becomes really, really good. So hopefully he's the same this year. I'm using past FM knowledge to build my team, and I'm quite happy with that player, to be honest. Christophe Ager. Now, this guy, deep line playmaker, 17 years of age, and those stats are absolutely phenomenal for a 17-year-old. Signed from Start, I believe, in Norway, I think it is. 1.4 million, absolutely fantastic player, and probably one of the best young prospects across the board for 17 years of age. He could actually come in and do a job for us in midfield, even at that age. We got Emmanuel Mamana, who again, I've done a wee bit of scouting in Argentina before he even started, and Mamana was one of the players that just stood out for me, that's 19 years of age and has stats similar to that of Callum Chambers, who I've signed before for other clubs and he's been okay. But this guy here, a lot less for 4 million, and we're able to reduce our wages again. Instead of going with Chambers like I was going to go for, I went for this guy instead, and the wages are a pittance in comparison. Moving on to Bolton, we signed Zach Clough. I think that's the way you pronounce his name. I'm not entirely sure. If that's wrong, please correct me in the comments down below. And it's going to be £8 million. A really good striker, and he's young as well. 20 years of age, he becomes really, really good. One of England's top prospects, I believe. Thiago Maya. We're going to go with Thiago. Probably easy to pronounce him that way. For £8 million again. Now, the players on £8 million were signed on 30-month deals, which means I paid a little bit up front and the rest will be paid across 30 months. But the young players, they should pay for themselves. And Thiago there from Santos, a really good defensive midfielder, and will slot straight into the team right away and hopefully be an instant hit for the club. Zivkovic on right wing. Now I'm playing a pretty strange formation this season, you'll probably be able to see it. It's going to be lopsided. I'm going to be playing down the right hand side predominantly because we don't have a decent enough left winger. That is a player we'll try and bring in the future. And Zivkovic's there for 1.3 million. He is a fantastic young player at 19 years of age. I know of him from FM 2015. And he becomes a fantastic player. So we went for him at right wing. We've got the Willie in the back of the net. Oh my god, I can't believe I signed this guy. We've got Gomez in goals just now, Aurelio Gomez, and he is good, but he's not great. And Willie Cabero for 2.5 million. He's 33 years of age, and he should do the job for 2 or 3 seasons for us, hopefully. The stats across the board are even in par with Gomez for goalkeeping and physical. But mental stats, he dwarfs him. He dwarfs any goalkeeper that I've actually had before in FM. And I've gave him a 4-star rating as I need a drink. There we go. Water, tasteless. And we got, in defence, to partner with Mamana, we got Tasky from Spartak Moscow. And this guy here is actually pretty solid as well. I chose this guy here because I felt that we needed something else in that midfield, in the defence. He's 6'1", not the tallest, and Mamana is only 5'11", so we do have a small defence. I'm worried about that this season, but hopefully the players in general can be pretty good and can stop us from conceding goals. And Gabriel Barbosa, anyone who's played FM across from 14 through to now will know that Barbosa becomes probably the best striker in the game, and we have him for 8.25 million. He won't start right away. I want to probably rotate Zach and Gabriel, and hopefully that'll be how we'll roll with our strikers this season. So looking at the formation this season, that's what we're rolling with. We're going to go with a 4-1-2-3, lopsided on the right, and that is the strongest starting lineup we can possibly have at this point in the season. We have a couple of injuries so far, nothing major, and our bench is actually pretty solid too. We can bring on these players whenever we want, and they should do a decent job for us too. And if we look at the instructions this season, this is what I'm going to be planning for. I don't want to make it too complicated for the club. We're going to play in a bit of a lower tempo, balanced width, which is what I like. I was going to go with a bit more wide, but we're only playing wide on one side. And you can see there with the build-up, I've actually changed it to exploit the right-hand flank and play out of the defence. We're going to try and prevent the opposition goalkeepers from throwing it short, meaning they're going to have to pump long, and hopefully we can win the ball in the air from there. Passing, mixed. I was going to go more direct, but I think mixed is going to be okay. Shorter is okay if you've got a team who can actually pass the ball. Our players are quite young. I'm not sure that's going to be the best thing for us. And we're going to look for the overlap for the 2 wing backs. We're going to see how it goes. I'm not too sure how that's going to go this season. I've done it with Arsenal. We conceded a shitload of goals through this, so that might not be the best idea. We might take that off if defensively we're not doing too great, and obviously work ball into the box. Now we're going to quickly come off of this just now. We're going to go to Willie at the back. And yeah, do you know what? I'm pretty happy with this so far, and we're going to jump straight into the game just now. Pre-season we started off quite slow, but then moved on and started to pump the teams that were coming up against them. We've got Tottenham, first game of the season, away from home. Let's jump into the game and see how we're going to get on. Now I've done a couple of pilot episodes of this. They haven't been uploaded. I was Watford before. The quality on which these episodes was really, really poor. And I'm not sure if that's down to my software or just the fact that the FM in general just doesn't record all that great. I've been looking online to have a look to see what other people have done with the Football Manager this season. They've all went with something really similar, and that's going to be playing with the 2D match engine. I mean, who doesn't love a 2D match engine? That's how it's always been for me. And yeah, let's hope we can kick off pretty well against Tottenham here. We're going to allow our assistant to get some pre-match instructions set for the opposition, and we're going to tell the club to go out there. We are underdogs, but give the fans a performance to cheer for. And we're going to start the game. Now I'm nervous as hell for this, guys. I am absolutely nervous because I want to win this game. And as we start off early, Mana with the ball away. Mason will bring it down. And I want to start off well. If we start off well, that's going to be a good start. And in the pilot episodes, our first game was Liverpool, and we came away with a 2-1 result against Liverpool. I was gutted. But in the end, the quality just wasn't there. And I don't want to upload stuff that the quality is pretty piss poor. I hope you guys will agree. And Willie with a fantastic block there, making it still 0-0 hopefully. Ericsson with the ball in, and it's headed away again by Capu. Ericsson again will whip in the corner. It's going to be away again, out for a throw-in. A lot of early possession here from Spurs. I'm hopefully that we can turn the tide a little bit near the end of the first half and try and get a couple of chances ourselves. Not seeing a chance for us so far. But we do have some players we can bring on, and Troy Deeney is now getting an injury, which is pretty bad. But Zivkovic there, ball into Romero, outside to Naum. Great player from FM 13 and 14. You can pick him up pretty cheap as well on them. Zivkovic into Zach. Zach gets the first goal for us. 1-0 against Tottenham. That's a great goal there, and Zivkovic managed to hold up the ball pretty well, get it into the middle there, and Zach was able to come away with it. Come up trumps. So we're going to have a look at the highlight for this, for the goal, and this might be a bit better. Capu with the ball into Zivkovic, who at least laid it off, and Zach was able just to take a nice rifle shot into the top right hand corner, making it 1-0. That's what we like to see. Really happy with that performance. So Troy's probably going to have to come off at half time. He's really struggling out there. And it'll give us a chance to get Gabriel on the ball and see what he's got. But Zach, who's playing a false 9 this season, Troy Deeney on the ball, holds it up nice to Romero, who sets it up to make it 2-0, first game of the season. Oh my god, I'm so happy at this. This is great stuff. This is what we want to see, and hopefully throughout the entire season we can continue this sort of form. I want to finish near 10th as possible. I'm not sure my team is as good as teams above 10th position, but I can't see us finishing any lower than that. I think the players we've got, and the young players and the young talent they've brought into the squad, are actually good enough to kind of project us forward into the season. And I've got no issues and no fears of us getting relegated this season at all with the players we've got. And obviously with the experience I've had in FM before, I know what I'm doing a lot. Well, I say I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing a little bit. Hopefully that will come into play as well, and that will help us in the future. But good defending there at the back. Walker will get it into Harry Kane, and that's an offside goal for Harry Kane. There we go, offside, get it in. So happy there, but it looked terribly offside. So first half is coming to an end. Troy Deeney again is struggling a bit out there. He did get an assist, but do you know what? We're going to wrap him in cotton wool for the next game. We need to keep our team as fit as humanly possible, because we're going to be coming up against sides that are potentially better than us most of the time. So what we'll do is we'll bring on Gabriel Barbosa for his debut, and we're going to tell the club not to get complacent out there, because there's nothing worse than going 2-0 up and then coming back and losing. And how many times has that happened in Football Manager? It happens all the bloody time. My god, and apologies for the strange accent. Maybe it's affected by a little bit of a cold. I've had it for a long time now. And the throat does get a bit stretched when it comes to doing this sort of thing. So we're 60 minutes in. Gabriel hasn't really seen much of the ball so far, which isn't great. But I mean, we're holding them out so far. Exum whip in the corner. Toby Alderweireld with the goal, making it 2-1. I'm quite nervous now. We're going to make a little bit of a team talk. Let's have a look to see what happened here. Who was at fault? Ericsson with the ball in. The guy at the what's the guy doing at the near post? He's just standing there doing nothing. He could have maybe tried to do at least a bit of aerobics to try and get it. Are we going to concede a second one? Hopefully not. We're going to tell the team to tighten up. Confirm it. There we go. Willie grabbing hold of the ball there. I love that guy. I can't believe I got Willie in the back of the net. Such a great name for YouTube. It really is. And if you're wondering, yeah, my second name is actually Dick as well. So I do have a Willie in the back of the net, which is quite amusing to me. But yeah. They're piling on the pressure just now. Ericsson with another ball in. Chadley with the header. It's over the bar. We're not doing too great at set pieces at the moment, which isn't all that great. And hopefully we can outsee Tottenham here. Come on. There's actually not long to go in this game. Only 10 minutes left. We're making our substitution at the moment. We'll bring on Barami for Maya. And we'll confirm that. Bring on some more defensive midfield. Hopefully that will freshen things up in the middle and we can progress on and hopefully win this game. Come on, boys. So Naum on the ball. What's he going to do here? Zivkovic misses out to Danny Rose. Long ball up, but Naum will get it back down again. Intercepting really well. Romero to Berami. Go on, Romero. Out to Holobas. Come on, hold up, nice boy. Come on. Into the box. He's waiting for the shot, and Zach will get in there for his brace. A debut brace for his Premier League debut. Debut. And that makes it 3-1 and hopefully puts the game beyond doubt. Holobas with, I'm going to say, a shot. Sees the keeper off the line. Off the post. Rebound back. He's there to collect it. It's just amazing. I'm so happy at that. That's so good. Can we get a fourth here? There's seconds left in this game. Romero to Zach. Gabriel. We've came away with a 3-1 victory in the first game of the season against a pretty solid Tottenham side. And that doesn't happen very often. So I am passionately proud of the performance out there. That is amazing. I'm so happy. And yeah, we kickstart off the new YouTube series with a win against Tottenham there. And yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed the episode, guys. This has been Makeshift Gaming here. Please like, subscribe, and comment below what you're thinking of the season. And I'll catch you all in the next episode. Bye!